could join me today. Today we're going to make a little Easter treat, sugar cookies. And they're easy and fun to make, and the recipe is fairly simple. In this bowl I have a half a cup of ordinary butter. This has salt in it. If you want to use unsalted butter, you have to add a half teaspoon of salt to your recipe. Otherwise, I just use the same butter we use at home. This has 3/4 of a cup of white sugar. I have 1 egg. I have a cup and a half of gluten-free flour with xanthan gum. Always use xanthan gum. That's your thickener for your gluten-free products. This is a half a teaspoon of baking powder and a teaspoon of vanilla. And that's all there is to this recipe. So what we're going to do is we're going to cream the sugar and the butter together. So we'll just pour that in there. And you just work through this. So now we've got this all nice and creamed together. We're going to add the egg and the vanilla at this point. So I've taken a fork and beaten the egg. I'm just going to pour that in there. And then I'm going to pour the vanilla in as well. Just put those little bowls over there. And then you just mix this all together. Just keep stirring it until it all becomes incorporated and looks like a nice creamy batter. Now this is what the batter looks like when it's all incorporated. So next we're going to add the baking powder right in with the flour. This is our gluten-free flour. We just sift it all together and into our bowl. Probably should use a bigger bowl. I always tell myself that after I make a mess with this stuff. And then you just pour that flour right in with your cream, sugar and butter and your vanilla, and you stir it around. Now this is all that's required to make these cookies. The only thing you have to remember is when we get these made, they have to go in a plastic wrap or parchment paper and into the refrigerator for an hour or so to set up. Then you can just slice them and bake them. And if you prefer, you can roll them out. I'm not a big fan of rolling out cookies. I'm a little lazy. I don't like doing the extra work. But if you have a bunch of little kids in your house and you want to roll out cookies, this is a great dough for that. Okay, now we're going to take this dough. You can see what it looks like when it's all formed up with the flour in it. And because these are going to be Easter cookies, I'm going to put colored sugar around the edge. So I'm going to move my dish over there. I have some plastic wrap. You can use parchment paper, it doesn't matter. And I've got this pretty colored sugar that I bought. And I'm just going to lay it on the plastic. You can use yellow or orange or whatever color you like. I bought this color because I thought it looked a little purpley or pinky color. And I just spread it around like that. And I'm going to take my cookie dough out of here. And I'm going to make a little log with it. I'm going to lay it in the middle of my sugar and I'm going to roll it back and forth so that it gets sugar all over the cookie. If I need a little more, I'll sprinkle it in there. Just makes them kind of nice when you slice them to bake them. There. Now, when you've got that done, you just take your plastic wrap and you roll your cookie into it. And then you put it in the fridge for about an hour till it firms up and the butter hardens again. And then we're going to slice it and bake it, and then we're going to decorate them. And that's the most fun part of these Easter cookies, is the decorations. Okay, now we've taken them back out of the refrigerator, and it's nice and firm as you can see, and I unroll it out of the plastic wrap. I have it on a cutting board, so I don't cut my counter all apart. And I use a sharp knife, and I just cut the cookies, probably 1/4 inch thick. If you want it to make rolled out and cut cookies, you wouldn't put the sugar around the edges of them. But, so just cut with a sharp knife down to the cool cookie dough, and this is what we get. Nice cookies. Alright, I'm going to lay 3 on a sheet across. There we go. We'll put 12 cookies on here. And we'll bake them for about 8 minutes. Sometimes it depends. It could be 6 minutes. You have to keep an eye on them because they will burn if you're not careful. They're a bit fussy because of all the butter in them, but other than that. So we're going to put these in the oven. We're going to check them at 6 minutes and watch them probably 8 minutes at the most. Okay, now the cookies have been cooled, they've come out of the oven, and you can see they've got the little colored sugar around the edge. Now we're going to put a little frosting on them, and these are little marshmallow treats that you can buy for Easter and other times a year, and they make great decoration for your little cookie. We're also going to make a little nest and put a few jelly beans. These jelly beans and these little chicks are all gluten-free. Make sure it says so on the package, don't use them otherwise. The other thing I'm going to tell you is I didn't show you how to make the icing, but if you watch the video that I did on the vanilla cake, the icing recipe and how to make it is in that program. So you just take a little spoonful of frosting and you put it on top of your cookie, and then you take one of your little marshmallow chicks and you set them on there, and there's your little guy for Easter. They're quite fancy looking. You can put more or less frosting depending on what you want. You can use these different times of the year. You could put little Christmas tree things on them at Christmas time with green edges on them. Or you could put a bat for Halloween, or whatever you like. It's the same recipe, I use it in all of them. There we go. There's 4 of them, and I'm going to show you how to make the little nests with jelly bean eggs in them. So you just take a little bit of icing sugar and you put it right in the center of the cookie. I'm going to do them both at the same time so you can see. You can pick whatever color jelly beans you like. Then I just take the spoon and I make a little indentation in the center of the frosting to make it look like a little nest. That's all you do. You could use a piping bag and all kinds of fancy things, but most of us are just plain bakers and we don't have all that fancy stuff. So I'm going to take a yellow jelly bean, a green jelly bean, and a purple jelly bean. And I'm going to set them right in the center of this. There's a little nest, little eggs for Easter. And this one, same thing. I'm going to take a white one, a purple one, and a green one and put them in there. Those are our little nests, and those are our little marshmallow treat sugar cookies. I want to thank you for watching. If you have any questions or suggestions, let us know.